Our coaches from this round in the audience. Coaches right there. Any other coaches? No. Back there? Okay. Great. And I'm sure there'll be no need to hear from you all, but you'll be the folks I'll look to if there's any questions. And a reminder that if there are any challenges, please bring those forward in a respectful way at the appropriate time. So we're happy to consider anything. The best times are right after a question or at a score check, not furiously waving your hand and blurting out between questions 7 and 8. If there are any challenges that we feel like we can't handle in the room, myself and the moderator, we will be happy to refer them to the overall moderator group and the Certamen chair, so just let us know if you have any questions. On a more exciting note than challenges, if that's even possible, the first JCL branded Certamen machine will be given away in just 3 days' time, just before the end of convention. So if you would like to make a donation to the JCL for chances to win, I do have a QR code up here. Now is probably not the best time to scan it, but I'm happy to show it to you right after. You also should have gotten emails or links on the sketch. So if you want to be the proud proprietors of an exciting new Certamen machine, please look into that.
It says JCL on it.
It says JCL. They've never done that before. All right. Last reminder, this goes for not only the players, well, especially the players, but also the audience, that we please ask that no one in the audience is watching streams from any of the other simultaneous rounds right now. Just knowing that different rooms might be in different places, we don't want any information to leak between rooms. So we ask you please only be taking notes or gaming. There's no streaming out there.
Yeah, don't streaming, don't game either. We want the Wi-Fi to ourselves.
Yeah. That was too lenient of me, you're right.
Did we already do this buzzer?
Then we can, would you want to do this quick buzzer?
I cleared it so I wasn't sure.
Sure. Okay, let's have all of Team A buzz.
A3.
All right, let's have all the ones buzz.
B4?
That's okay, but it serves a purpose that multiple teams can buzz in. Okay, now we're going to go down, so no A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, B4, C1, C2, C3, C4. Could I have the captains please raise their hands? So we can look to. All right, we got A3, B2, and C2. Okay. Let's run through our other quick checklist items. So, do I see name tags on everyone? Required at all times. You advanced players, you know all those. Okay. A couple other quick reminders. You should all know these by now. Remember, the spotter needs to recognize you first before buzzing in. Even if you're sure you're the first one to buzz, please wait for that. I'd like everyone in the audience, make sure you don't have any noise-emitting devices, since those will be distracting during the round. So silence all cell phones. Also, please be quiet in the audience. I know sometimes we like to play along and mouth answers to ourselves, whisper to our neighbor, thinking no one will hear. The acoustics in these rooms sometimes mean that even the little whispers come down. They could distract teammates, maybe even share illicit information. So, you can play in your head, you can play on a piece of paper, but please don't say anything out loud, make any noise or obvious gestures. Can I have
I've got it.
Read it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Why don't we run through the Aurelia passage quickly, just demonstrating how I pronounce the Latin. Aurelia, qui urbs placebat, erat in Aegypto, cum familia sua calvida ingenti et equo. 30 ludos magnos Iovis, in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabat. Tandem hic equus iratissimus domum recurrere coipit. Aurelia Anglicae dixit. You can read about the year 325 AD in history book. Sorry, 312 AD. I do. Sorry, I transposed my ones. Okay. 312 AD in history books, but can you tell us what the abbreviation OP period, CIT period means? Okay, last quick reminders. Please, nothing that will be construed as consultation. The toss-ups are between you and me, so no looking to your left, nudging your neighbor in the ribs, no winking, pulling your ear, anything like that. That could be considered consultation. Audience, if you see something that worries you, please bring it up, raise your hand, don't shout, "Egad! Consultation!" in the middle of a question. We will handle everything with due process. Otherwise, I think there's also a friendly reminder that we're trying our best up here, and we do have the discretion to make calls as we see necessary in the round. You know about the challenge mechanism if you have any questions, or just want to bring something up, and we can refer those to your time chair. All right, are we good? Let's take a deep breath, everyone.
Fred, content one.
What?
Content one.
Content more, yes. Yeah, that's so. Let me make sure we are in the correct round. Advanced Division, round 2. And I want to start with a quick content warning. The study of the humanities often challenges us as we examine the full range of the human experience. This Certamen round contains mentions of violence. As always, take care of yourselves and reach out to your chaperones and sponsors if you need to talk about the content. Do we have the go-ahead?
Yeah, we do.
Awesome. Well, without further ado, let's start with toss-up 1 for all teams. Name the men who, during the consulship of Metellus Keller, formed an amicia with the following goals. The first sought support for business ventures.
B4.
Crassus, Caesar, and Pompey.
That is correct. Sought support for business ventures in Asia. The second sought to procure land for his veterans. And the third sought the consulship for the next year alongside the oft-neglected Bibulus. The bonus for Team B. For what year did Pompey and Crassus run for the consulship in order to prevent the election of Domitius and to prolong Caesar's proconsulship in Gaul?
This is 55, pretty sure. 55 BC.
55 BC.
That is correct. Second bonus. Where had the three men met in the previous year to reaffirm their amicia and form a plan to head off the threats posed by Domitius and Cicero?
That is a really good question. I think that was the second one.
Can you repeat the question?
Where had the three men met in the previous year to reaffirm their amicia and form a plan to head off the threats posed by Domitius and Cicero? I need an answer.
Brindisi.
This is Luca. All right, that's 50 points on question 1 for Team B. Toss-up 2 for all teams. What prophetic man was struck blind for the
A3.
A3?
Wait, no. Wait, did she, was she first in the answer, or
A3 is the first spot, so I'd like an answer.
Tiresias?
Tiresias is correct. So A3 is the first team to buzz, so I'm acknowledging their answer. That is a warning, and you would be disqualified in this question. So Tiresias is correct. Your first bonus, so finishing the toss-up. What prophetic man was struck blind for the crime of accidentally stumbling upon the goddess Athena as she bathed? Tiresias. This is the visual question. So, thank you. You now have 5 seconds to inspect the visual. All right, first bonus. Identify the man looking into the water in this image, whom Tiresias predicted would live a long life if he avoided self-knowledge. Narcissus is correct. Second bonus. Identify the woman in the background of this image who can only look on helplessly as Narcissus falls in love with himself.
Echo?
Echo is correct. 20 points for Team A on question 2.
It's all yours.
Do the thing.
Yeah.
All right, toss-up 3 for all teams. But thank you. All right, toss-up 3. Give a Latin synonym of the verb neco.
B2.
Interficio.
B2. Interficio.
Interficio is correct. All right. Everyone, let's take a deep breath. Do we think this is a nerves issue or is it a volume issue?
We're good.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Team B, neco, necare, interficio is correct. First bonus. Now give a Latin antonym for the verb amito, amitare.
Can you repeat the question?
Now give a Latin antonym of the verb amito, amitare.
In one year.
One is correct. Second bonus. Now give a Latin antonym of the verb oblivisco or oblivisci. It is correct. That is 20 points on question 3 for Team B. All right, toss up 4 for all teams. A rite of Priapus performed by a woman named...
C1.
Petronius is Satyricon.
That's correct. Performed by a woman named Quartilla, the recitation of a poem by Eumolpus, and a dinner at the house of Trimalchio are all elements of what Latin narrative by Petronius? The Satyricon is correct. Your first bonus. Ancient sources referred to Petronius by what title, which was given to him because he was Nero's judge of refinement?
Arbiter elegantia.
Arbiter elegantia is correct. Your second bonus. The Satyricon falls into what genre, which is characterized by an alternation of prose and verse?
Menippean satire.
That's correct. All right, 20 points on question 4. Toss up 5 for all teams. Translate this Latin sentence into English. Cur consul sacerdoti imperavit.
C1.
Why did the consul order the priest to make a sacrifice?
Not correct.
Quick.
Translate this Latin sentence into English. Cur consul sacerdoti imperavit ut victimas hodie inspicere.
B2.
Why did the consul order the priest to see the victims today?
That is correct. Inspiceret was that last word. All right, first bonus. Now translate this Latin sentence into English. Quis sciebat tantam pecuniam urbi surreptam esse.
Can you repeat the question?
Now translate this Latin sentence into English. Quis sciebat tantam pecuniam urbi surreptam esse. I need you to start your answer.
Who knew that that much money had been taken by the city?
I don't think so.
Sorry, can't take that. I needed taken or stolen from the city. Your second bonus. Now translate this Latin sentence into English. In quo oppido per noctem maneamus.
Can you repeat the line one more time?
In quo oppido per noctem maneamus.
In which town should we stay through the night?
That is correct. That's 15 points for Team B on question 5. All right, once we have some calculations, let's hear our first score check.
Team A has 20 points, Team B has 50 points, and Team C has 20 points.
All right, great work, everyone. Let's continue on with toss-up number 6. What woman learned that she should avoid the Arimaspians and follow in...
C1.
Io?
I was correct. And follow an Ethiopian river from the chained Prometheus, who says that she will reach the Nile to transform back from being a cow. First bonus. Upon arriving at the banks of the Nile, Io gave birth to what son?
Epiphus?
Ephesus,
Epiphus. And speedily too. All right, bonus 2. According to one story, Epaphus founded what Egyptian city and named it after his wife?
Memphis?
Memphis,
And this is correct. That's 20 points on question 6. Toss-up 7 for all teams. What 1st century BC author from Cisalpine Gaul?
C1.
I need an
Varro
answer.
Attacus?
That's not correct.
A3.
That is not correct.
Clear.
All right, repeat for Team B. What 1st century BC author from Cisalpine Gaul wrote a book entitled De Excellentibus Dutibus Exterrarum Gentium, and biographies of Cato the Elder and Atticus, which are all that remains of the De Viris Illustribus? What 1st century BC author from Cisalpine Gaul wrote a book entitled De Excellentibus Dutibus Exterrarum Gentium, and biographies of Cato the Elder and Atticus, which are all that remains of the De Viris Illustribus?
B3.
This is Cornelius Nepos. All right, no points on toss-up 7. Moving on to toss-up 8 for all teams. Provide the form of a noun gelu that would be used in the sentence. After this summer,
B2.
gelu is correct. After this summer, I favor the frost, which would be the dative singular. Okay. First bonus. For the noun gelu, provide the genitive singular form that fits the sentence. I forgot about the frost.
Gelus.
Gelus is correct. Second bonus, for the noun gelu, provide the accusative singular form that fits this sentence. Maybe we can melt the frost.
Gelu.
Gelu is correct. All right, that's 20 points on question 8 for Team B. Toss-up number 9 for all teams. What secretary of Pope Damasus studied...
C1.
Jerome?
Jerome is correct. Studied Hebrew extensively in order to compose a direct translation of the Hebrew Bible into Latin, which is now called the Vulgate. First bonus for Team C. What teacher of Jerome is famous for his commentaries on Terence and Virgil?
Elias Donatus.
Elias Donatus.
Donatus is correct. Second bonus, what other late Latin author wrote the Confessiones and De Civitate Dei?
Augustine.
Augustine is correct. All right, that is 20 points on question 9 for Team C. Toss-up 10 for all teams. When recognized by the moderator, perform the following commands or describe them. Surge, tole brachia sicut alas, et fac so...
C3.
Quack.
I cannot accept that. Clear. When recognized by the moderator, perform the following commands or describe them. Surge, tole brachia sicut alas, et fac sonum gallinum.
B2.
I would rise and raise my arms like they were wings and or other chicken foods.
That's a good mixture of just enough acting out.
As I said, can you give us an example of other chicken noises? Thank you.
Go on. And give us fewer examples of chicken. First bonus for Team B. Simulate vos habere nasos longos et facite sonum elepanti.
What does an elephant sound
They like trumpet.
Strong biology knowledge.
Elephant noises. Elephant.
That's correct. Second bonus. Okay. Second bonus. Simulate vos habere brachia brevia et facite sonum tyrannosauri regis.
Hello, I'm Senator Rex, and I would like to report to you.
I will take it.
You know the best part of this is it is preserved forever.
I thought you were pointing to Senator Rex.
Oh yeah, well him too.
All right, very nicely done. That is 20 points on question 10 and Eternal Chaos. All right, let's get a score check after 10.
Team A has 20 points, Team B has 90 points, and Team C has 60 points.
Okay. All right, halfway through round 2. Let's give everyone a quick moment to clear out quickly into that. All right. Toss up 11 for all teams. bedchambers are despoiled by Polites.
C1.
Troy is correct. By Polites' bloody death at the hands of Pyrrhus, as well as the abduction of Cassandra and the merciless killing of Priam. Troy, your first bonus. In the Aeneid, the story told by what man convinced the Trojans to bring the Trojan horse into the sea? Sinon is correct, yes. Second bonus. In the Aeneid, Sinon deceitfully says that he turned against the Greeks because of the fate suffered by what comrade?
Palamedes.
Yeah.
Palamedes.
This is correct. That's 20 points for Team C on question 11. Toss up 12 for all teams. For the verb parco, provide the perfect active infinitive.
B2.
Peperkissa.
He says correct. Active infinitive form that means to have spare. Your first bonus for Team B. For the verb follow, provide the future active infinitive form that means to be about to deceive.
Falsurus esse. Falsurus esse.
That's correct. Second bonus. For the verb malo, provide the second person singular present active subjunctive form that means you might prefer.
Could you repeat the question?
For the verb malo, provide the second person singular present active subjunctive form that means you might prefer.
Malise.
Malise is correct. That is 20 points for Team B on question 12. All right. Toss up 13 for all teams. Explain the use of the ablative found in these lines from Book 1 of the Aeneid, which I will read as prose. Regina Deum tot volvere ca.
C3.
Description.
I'm not going to take.
Clear?
Explain the use of the ablative found in these lines from Book 1 of the Aeneid, which I will read as prose. Regina Deum tot volvere casus insignem pietate virum tot adire labores impullerit. Explain the use of the ablative found in these lines from Book 1 of the Aeneid, which I will read as prose.
B4.
Respect.
Respect is correct. All right. Explains how the man is remarkable. Your first bonus. How is the ablative used in this line, also from Book 1 of the Aeneid? Disjecitque rates evertitque aequora ventis.
Can you repeat, please?
How's the ablative used in this line, also from Book 1 of the Aeneid? Disjecitque rates evertitque aequora ventis. I need an answer.
Means.
Means is correct. It explains how that the winds are used to disturb the sea. Your second bonus. How is the ablative used in this line, also from Book 1 of the Aeneid? Sunt mihi bis septem praestanti corpore numpae.
Can you repeat the sentence?
Sunt mihi bis septem praestanti corpore numpae. I need an answer.
Description.
Description is correct. Yes, it gives more a description of the myth. All right, that is 20 points for Team B on question 13. Toss up. Yes.
Can I just ask you to check on that one for the description?
For the toss-up?
For the toss
Yeah,
up.
for the toss.
I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll check on that. We did discuss that earlier. All right, toss up 14 for all teams. What king made peace with Rome by signing a treaty at
C4.
Antiochus the Great.
That's correct. At Apamea in 188 BC to conclude the Seleucid War. Your first bonus. Where had Scipio Asiaticus defeated Antiochus III in late 190 or early 189 BC?
Could you repeat, please?
Where had Scipio Asiaticus defeated Antiochus III in late 190 or early 189 BC?
But it could be as well. Maionessus. But no, Maionessus was like very close.
I need an
There's
answer.
slide as well.
Go with
Do you wanna do
Answer please.
Side.
This is magnesium. And your second bonus. What king of Pergamum, who took the throne in 197 BC, commanded the right flank of the Roman infantry at Magnesium?
Yeah, that's humanities, yeah. Humanities,
Can you give me more
the
information?
second.
That's good. All right, that's 15 points for Team C on question 14. Toss up 15 for all teams. Who wrote Quid Quid Agunt Pop?
C3.
Juvenile.
Juvenile's correct.
That was the passage today on the poetry competition.
Who wrote Quid Quid Agunt Homines Nostri Farago de Belli Est before being exiled to Egypt by Domitian over the scathing writing that also appeared in his 5 books of satires? Your first bonus. O curas hominum, o quantum est in rebus inane, was the opening line of what other satirist's work?
Perseus.
Yes. Perseus fan.
Perseus is correct. Second bonus. Perseus's opening line was said to be taken from the first book of what earlier author?
Probably Achilles.
That's
It's
what
said
else
to be,
satirist,
if
yeah.
it's Horace,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
they wouldn't have to say.
Achilles fan.
Achilles is correct. That is 20 points on question 15 for Team C. All right, let's get a score check after 15.
Team A has 20 points, Team B has 130 points, and Team C has 115 points.
All right, 5 questions, 100 points left. Toss up 16 for all teams. Of the English words inculcate, cockatrice, calumny, and decal, which is not derived from the Latin word calx?
C3.
Calumny.
Calumny is correct.
Nice.
Your first bonus. What English word also derived from calx means resisting authority or control?
Recalcitrant.
Recalcitrant fan.
Calcitrant is correct. Second bonus. What English word also derived from calx is a road or path raised above the natural level of the ground?
Let's go.
What English word also derived from calx is a road or path raised above the natural level of the ground?
Could be, what's it, escarpment? Could be causeway, let's go with.
Causeway is a good guess.
I don't know, I
Can you
never
think of
had
anything else? We could just wait.
Answer please.
Causeway?
Causeway is correct.
Nice.
20 points.
Nice.
And if you didn't know, we're really 2 different calxes, the rock one and the foot one. Cool stuff. All right, toss up 17 for all teams. What imperial complex lay just southeast of the Circus Maximus, featured 2 palaestrae, and was completed in 217 AD?
C1.
The Baths of Caracalla.
That's correct. The same year as the murder of its namesake, a son of Septimius Severus. Your first bonus. What baths lay near the Aurelian Wall, near the Porta Nomentana, and almost directly north of the Baths of Caracalla?
I don't want that.
Okay. I don't think it's Domitian.
Could you repeat?
What baths lay near the Aurelian Wall, near the Porta Nomentana, and almost directly north of the Baths of Caracalla?
I think that's fine. Cause,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
Answer please.
Trajan. Baths of Trajan.
That's not correct. This is the Baths of Diocletian. Second bonus. What bath complex was built on the Quirinal Hill and was the last of the imperial Thermae?
Last
Who's got? Can we just like
Baths.
name
Is
them?
it Baths?
I don't think he did.
Constantine.
Constantine?
Baths of Constantine.
Okay, go
Is that a thing?
I don't know, I don't know.
Baths of Constantine.
That's correct. All right, 15 points on question 17 for Team C. All right, toss up 18 for all teams. Among what group did a son of Eurymus named Telemus act as a prophet, including predicting that
C1.
The Cyclops.
Cyclops is correct.
Nice.
Predicting that Odysseus would come and poke out the single eye of Polyphemus. Your first bonus. Odysseus' men visited the land of the Cyclopes immediately after leaving what people?
The Ismailians.
Okay.
Oh, well, that might be the
I
Loto
don't know.
4.
Okay,
Is it Loto
so-
5? Sorry.
Could you repeat please?
Odysseus' men visited the land of the Cyclopes immediately after leaving what people?
Lotus Eaters or Loto 5?
Okay, safe.
That's fine. Defer to C1.
The Lotus Eaters.
That's correct. Or the Lotophagi, yes. Your second bonus. What woman was the mother of Polyphemus?
Tusa.
Oh, I got
Well,
that
like
right.
Theosa, actually. I think it's Theosis.
Thoosa.
Oh, so that's correct. Nice. Okay. Toss up 19 for all teams. Listen to the following passage about a gopher, for which we'll use go pair, go pairy, which I will read twice, then respond in English to the question that follows. Agricola olim in horto suo goperum invenit, qui sub terra vitam egit. Goper versabator in floribus, herbis, holeribus, fructibus, pos agricula curavit, et terram diribuit. Mox terra cava et sicca et macra facta est. Agricola goperum repellere conabatur, ne hortum eius praedaretur. Goper tandem erat tam plenus cibi, ut ab agricola vix decurreret. I will read again. Agricola olim in horto suo goperum invenit, qui sub terra vitam egit. Goper versabatur in floribus, herbis, holeribus, fructibus, quos agricolae curavit, et terram diribuit. Mox terra cava et sicca et macra facta est. Agricola goperum repellere conabatur, ne hortum eius depraedaretur. Goper tandem erat tam plenus cibi, ut ab agricola vix decurreret. The question: how is the land described?
A3.
That is correct. Land described following the efforts of the pesky gopher. Empty, dry. All right, your first bonus. Name. Name 3 things the farmer grew that the gopher was interested in.
Flowers, grass, and grain. Flowers, grass, and grain.
Yeah, I'm going to check on that. I think I have for fruit juice as grain. I'm not 100% sure. We were looking for fruit, so we will double check that and let you know. For now, I'm not awarding points, and we'll come back in just towards the end. Your second bonus. What problem plagued the gopher while making his escape?
Oh, he was something about, he was eating too much food. Can you repeat the last sentence?
Goper tandem erat tam plenus cibi, ut ab agricula vix decurreret. Answer please.
He's like eating so much food that it was hard for him to run away.
That's correct. All right, that's 15 provisional points, maybe 20 on toss-up 19. All right, let's get a quick score check.
Team A has 35 points, Team B has 130 points, and Team C has 170 points.
All right.
I don't see it, but I've texted the group to ask.
Great, okay, we'll double check. So for now, no points.
Whitaker's board says it can also mean crops.
I think crops is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, so I'm not sure the specific week we're in.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll spend some time after the round looking into it. If you want to provide us any other info after the round, we're happy to listen. All right, so toss up 20 for the last 20 of the marbles. Not all the marbles. 20 marbles. For all teams. What man, whose reign was deeply influenced by the Praetorian prefect Anthemius?
A3.
Severus.
That's not correct.
C4.
Theodosius II.
That is correct. By the Praetorian prefect Anthemius, his wife Athenaeus, who later took the name either Eudoxia, and his sister Pulcheria, succeeded Arcadius when he was just 7 years old and ruled the Eastern Empire from 408 to 450 AD. First bonus, 14C. What kind of institution did Theodosius II build at Constantinople in 425 AD, which rivaled those in Alexandria and Athens?
University.
That is correct. Second bonus, what emperor succeeded Theodosius II and ruled in the east from 450 to 457 AD?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Martian, fine.
Yeah, Marcin's correct. All right, that's 20 points on question 20 for Team C. Let's hear that final score check.
Team A has 35 points, Team B has 130 points, and Team C has 190 points.
Excellent round, everyone. Best of luck in the next prelim round. If anyone wants to download the QR code,
Thank you very much.
we have it up here. Good game. That's